Hello, my Gamma friends. This video, I want to give you a list of Marvel Legacy sequels or multiversal films that I would like to see before Secret Wars. So, to give an idea what I I believe that to fully take advantage of the multiverse saga, we shouldn't have just films set in the MCU. Happily, we are getting at least one that's on with Deadpool and Wolverine that is characters from another universe. I don't like multiversal films should not just be the characters from the MCU going to other universes. I want to see stories from characters in other universes heading towards Secret Wars, setting up Secret Wars, always from this perspective of their universes. All right, the first one I would like to talk about is Fantastic Four 3 with the 2000s cast. I want them to get to finish their trilogy of films. I love the Fantastic Four films from the 2000s. I think and the chemistry between the cast members is absolutely perfect, and I feel like they deserve to get to finish out their trilogy. Now, same with Ghost Rider. Or with the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, I think he deserves to have a third film, finish out his trilogy, and I think they could end up being really cool with how deep Nicolas Cage has gotten in his acting in recent years, and I think they could do something really cool with a third one. And obviously, because it's Marvel Studios, they're gonna have better writers on it than the people who did the first two films. If they were to do something like this, so I would love to see. Now, this next one is one I think I'm probably alone in wanting, but Howard the Duck 2. This continuing on from the 80s Howard the Duck film. I love that film, and I would like it to actually cement my theory that the Howard came from another universe, or at the beginning of the first film, and that could be a part of how it pushes towards Secret Wars. Next is gonna be a new X-Men film with the 2000s cast in comic book accurate uniforms. So either this could be set in the same universe as those 2000s films, just after Days of Future Past, or just another universe that happens to have the characters looking the same, but they are in comic book accurate costumes. And to be honest, I feel like they could be setting something like this up with having stuff like Wolverine in his comic book accurate costume in Deadpool 3, and Beast looking comic accurate in the post credit scene for the Marvels. I feel like they could be setting up something like that, and I would absolutely love it if they were to do that. Now, the next one is not a sequel. Well, this one would be a Hulk film set in the 60s, doing his original comic origin and making it have the goofy feel of his original comics, because those comics were very goofy, and they felt there's a particular feel to them that I've never seen in a superhero film that I want to see. And I also just really want to see a comic accurate version of Hulk's origin set in the 60s, is during the Cold War. And I think that would be so cool, and obviously that's something you can only do if you set it in another universe. The next ones are Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. I want to see what they were planning with Spider-Man 4, or back before Sony canceled it. I want to see a Bruce Campbell as Mysterio in it, and then as well, I want to see Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield, I think he absolutely deserves to be able to complete his trilogy of films, and and because Andrew Garfield is awesome as Spider-Man. Next one would be a retro Avengers film, and this would be starring the likes of Lou Ferrigno, the version of Thor that he interacted with in a TV film, the version of Daredevil they interacted in a TV film with the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man that there was he almost did a film with back in the 80s is and the 90s Captain America. You can even add in what's his name? David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury. I think it'd be really cool to see something like this, and then have this retro team comes in as well in Secret War. Next one is a Gwenpool animated movie. I love the character of Gwenpool from the comics. I think her story is so interesting of her being this character who she came from the real world or quote unquote the real world and got sent into the Marvel universe, and that's the only reason why she's able to break the fourth wall. And she has such an interesting story with this existential crisis of believing that if her story gets canceled or it doesn't, or if her, in the case of a movie, doesn't make enough at the box office, she may cease to exist. And I think they could have a lot of fun with it with the story of Gwenpool in a movie. I think it has to be an animated film, though. I think it's way too wacky for a live action film, and I think get Chris Miller and Phil Lord, who did the Spider-Verse films, to make it, because their style feels so comic booky, and you need it to feel comic booky for a Gwenpool movie. Finally, is the last one I have is a Big Hero 6 sequel. I don't know if they would actually want to connect something like this and have any of these characters pop up in Secret Wars. I would love it. It would be so much fun to see Baymax appear in the MCU. But regardless of whether they did that or not, I just want to see a Big Hero 6 sequel, because it's the first film is so much fun. I know there have been like TV show sequels, but I want an actual film sequel. And I feel like if they did want to make it so that this could cross over into crossover in Secret Wars, they could absolutely make there be a small plot detail where there's like a rip in the universe, or like at the end. That'd be really fun, and I like the idea for animated characters, if they show up in Secret Wars, for them to stay animated, sort of like what they did with if there were live action characters in Across the Spider-Verse. That's all the films that I have that I would really like to see they come out before Secret Wars. To be honest, I don't think any of these are gonna happen, but I would love it if Marvel were to do them. And hey, Marvel, if you see this, you probably won't. But these are free ideas. And I would absolutely love if you did it. That's all I have to say. So as always, free Palestine, and this is your host, Smash Trivia John, signing off.